What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 675 of Community Universe World. We are finally here at Cause and Effect, the Supremacy exclusive pay-per-view, the first one of the season that plays host to the entire 7th annual CMV King of the Ring tournament, and that is how we are jumping into the action. First round matchup, as Masao Kage is going to take on Kevin Lee, guys. But of course, we know also here tonight, the Unified World Tag Team titles on the line as Bob Luger and Quantum look to overthrow the Brothers Justice and stop Mr. Slate from, well, enacting his plan to rid Luger and supremacy of Luger and Quantum once and for all. And then that colossal, I should say. Is colossal a word? Probably not. Was a colossal and massive. That's actually an appropriate word, I would think. Colossal, massive main event. That triple threat tornado tag team match. Chris Proudfoot and Joey Diaz. Shay Hoxton and subject hero Jason Spade. And, well, will it be a three-way team? Because after what happened to Andrew Briggs just a few days ago on Supremacy, he's not here tonight, guys, still resting up from those brutal injuries inflicted on him by Shay Hoxton, Mr. Slate, Tailcoat Val, and their minions. So the question is, the big question heading into our main event, has Jason Spade found a tag team partner with only a couple of days to do so, or is he going to go it alone? But right now, we look to the ring as the King of the Ring tournament gets underway. Masao Kage, Kevin Lee starting things in the first round. And this is really going to be a straight-up strike-based match. Both of these superstars heavily leaning towards the kicks in their arsenal. Masao Kage, of course, coming from Japan, RJPW, the partnership it has with CMV, debuting last month at Point Break. A great debut, defeating Ashley Amell in only a few minutes. Really put himself on the map, but these last few weeks, Kage been struggling a bit, taking not one but two losses to Gary Reed in a row, but those were fantastic matches. Masao Kage certainly didn't go down without a fight, but the fact of the matter is he's coming into the King of the Ring tournament with not a whole lot of momentum behind him. Can he turn it around here against the hypothetical Kung Fu practitioner, the two-time World Tag Team Champion, along with Kage, probably the dark horse in this tournament? But with those snakeskin boots, boy, I don't know who would be crazy enough to count Kevin Lee out. Hot and heavy here. Certainly didn't get no feeling out process. The King of the Ring tournament, a strategy for the superstars has always been try and win your matches as quickly as possible. That way you can go into the semis and eventually, hopefully, the finals as fresh as possible. And that's what these two are trying to do here. Kage, with what looks to be a gory special, bending that back of Kevin Lee, able to escape with a well-placed elbow, though, to the side of the head, and then using his momentum, rolling off, taking Kage down with an arm drag and a back suplex after a slap to the back of the head. Masao Kage attempting to use the ropes to pick himself up in the first round, guys. You've also got the new European champion, George King. Yes, you are hearing that correctly. We'll talk about that more as we get to that match, but George King will face Killian Red first round. Of course, Brett Curtis and Jay Young add another chapter to their story rivalry. And last but not least, Anarchy champion Brian Jacobson taking on Shaquan Shea, a rematch from just a few days ago on Supremacy when the Anarchy title was on the line. And here Kage with a token death grip, but Kevin Lee is able to grit his teeth and survive. However, the toll may have been taken. You see that knee jumping up and down. Kage attempting to keep Kevin Lee grounded, but not having much luck. Oh! And Masao Kage just got punched in the back of the face. 1, 2, no! Not a whole lot of men have come against Kevin Lee and survived a punch to the back of the face. Oh, now we get that. Whoa! The hypothetical Kung Fu practitioner Not done just yet. Kage, try as he might to get some sort of lid on Kevin Lee. Proving easier said than done. Goes for a kick. Nice dodge though by Kage. Woo! Lighting up that chest like the 4th of July. And Kage, where's he going? Thought he was going to the corner, maybe looking for that kick to the side of the head, but no. Tyrant District. Frog splash. Into the pin. 1, 2. Changing it up a bit. Maybe that's what Kage needs. Kick to the midsection. Drops down to one knee as Kage, leaving him wide open. Lee with those snakeskin boots. Brother. Right to the side of the head. Dodge by Kage, who's proven to be just a bit too quick for Kevin Lee. Consistently dodging him. Not able to avoid that STO. Both men coming face to face. Kevin Lee with another big boot to the temple, but Kage just will not stay down. The rookie, looking to go all the way, has Kevin Lee again in this gory special submission hold. See how he works the arms as well as the back. Simply put just an agonizing hold that Lee wants no part of. Again, able to escape, but was he in it for just a bit too long that time? Another punch to the back of the face, and surely 1, 2, 3. What? Kevin Lee can't believe it. Beside himself. Sawakage has got a hell of a resolve, but he said it himself last week. Didn't come to CMV to lose. And he's going to make his mark here in the King of the Ring tournament. May have fallen short these last couple weeks against Gary Reed, but like I said, it's not like it was a squash. I mean, Masao Kage and Gary Reed have been just tearing it up on Supremacy. Kage bringing that same fight here to cause an effect as he lines up a knee right across the forehead. Kage taking a hold of the arm, and that is just disrespect. Kevin Lee will not stand for that. In the ring with a veteran. Using the ropes. Oh, this is not going to end well for Kage. Knees to the face. Back to back, and Kage just like a wet spaghetti noodle. Down to the outside. Plops. Down outs are in effect as you hear our official begin the count. So someone could hypothetically advance via count out or disqualification. Kick to the back of the head. What a first round match this has turned out to be. Snakeskin boot across the forehead. Kevin Lee building a head full of steam. Boom! Gonna bust Kage open. And that blood. What the hell, man? Kage into an end of days. Mamma mia. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, Kage advances to the semis. Wow. Kevin Lee thought he had it in the bag there towards the end, and I did as well. I think we all did. But apparently in getting busted open, Kage woke up. Catching Kevin Lee. We'll see if we get a replay of it. With a brutal end of days. Here were those knees from earlier. Knocked Kage for a loop. No, we will not get a replay, but Masao Kage, the fact is, will be heading to the semis. Who's he going to meet, though? We'll find out up next when George King takes on Killian Red. So Masao Akage is the first man to advance to the semifinals, guys. Now, who will join him as the new CMV European Champion? Yes, you are hearing me correctly. If you're not a member of our website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, or the Discord, !Discord in the chat, you may have missed the exclusive during the Cause and Effect pre-show. We know a few days ago on Supremacy, a massive upset to start things off. Max Rider of the Kingdom dethroning Killian Red to become European Champion. But only a couple of hours ago, George King forcing his knight to relinquish the title to him, forcing him, as a matter of fact, to lay down. Max Rider, though, wasn't having any of that, so King ended up actually putting him down with the Royal Flush, had a referee come out and count the pin, so George King is officially the new European Champion. A title that only a few days ago Killian Red held. And a question as this match begins has got to be, what kind of physical condition is Killian Red in as he hits a powerbomb right out of the gate? What else? Because not only did Max Rider defeat him and take his championship, but afterwards the Kingdom beat Killian Red down. A lot of people were wondering if Killian Red would even make it here to Cause and Effect and the King of the Ring tournament, but there he is, and he said on Twitter earlier today that he is going to make a king kneel before him. Starting off hot and heavy between these two. George King, who still this season is unpinned and unsubmitted, but was defeated by Killian Red and his partners a couple weeks ago during a six-man tag team match. But I mean, look at King. He's in great physical condition. He's got the European Championship. He may even be inside Killian Red's head. He's got the advantage at 100%. We don't know the extent of Red's injuries, but one has to guess he is feeling that attack from only a couple of days ago. And you'll notice the Kingdom not at ringside. Not really surprising. I wouldn't think that Max Rider would be out here. Probably being looked after by Joe Dirt as we speak. Falling powerbomb by Killian Red. Only a couple minutes into this match already going for the pin, but only a 1 count. And of course, that European Championship does mean a lot to George King. It was the first title he ever held in his CMV career over on Unmatched, and he went on to become one of the longest reigning European champions of all time. All these years later, once again, it's in his grasp, though not exactly in a way that a whole lot of people are going to respect. I don't think George King cares about the opinions of the peasants, as he would say. Forced to retreat out onto the apron. Well, King may have the European Championship, but will he leave Cause and Effect as King of the Ring? Not if Killian Red has anything to say about it. Pushing King down, charging him with a clothesline. Grabbed by the beard and brought up to a vertical base, face-to-face, standing with the Louisianimal. And Killian Red on any normal night is already a monster. And then you get on his bad side, then you get him angry. And it's like backing a wounded animal into a corner. Killian Red. Grab it here. German suplex those. These two go to the outside. The winner of this will meet the Sawakage in the semifinals. Still have 2 more first-round matches to come afterwards. Brett Curtis taking on Jay Young and Brian Jacobson battling Jaquan Shea, who will become the 7th ever king in CMV and earn a future world title match. Here we go. 1, 2, and let's not forget the 3rd. Are George King's aspirations to become a king for real about to go down the drain? No, out at the count of 2. George King did compete in last year's King of the Ring tournament, ended up falling out first round after a whole lot of talk. Battling for control in the corner. Wait a minute, we saw this a couple of days ago. Max Rider was on the receiving end of this avalanche powerbomb from the High Red District. That has got to do it. 1, 2, no! Just like Max Rider before him, George King digging way down deep, and Killian Red can hardly fathom the fact that a top rope powerbomb doesn't advance him to the semis, but a nasty knee to the face. George King got to figure out a way, and quick, to start turning this match around, because it's really been all Killian Red. Sit out last ride powerbomb. Misawa Kage probably sitting in the back right now, wonder who he would prefer. Another sit out last ride powerbomb. George King biting down and trying to push through as he gets up to his feet, but man, just crumpled with another powerbomb. Just see the way he landed that time, right on his neck. And Killian Red saying, "This is what you wanted, King. You pushed me to the edge, and now you're paying for it." Spear, though, by the European champion. Aggressive pin, one. Hoping to make Killian Red stay down, but not so lucky. The Louisianimal still in it, but for how long? George King off the shoulders. Thought he might be looking for a royal flush, but instead went for that flapjack vintage George King as he holds his hand up in victory, but hasn't quite won just yet. Forearm smash from the apron. Red back into the ring. George King sleeping on his feet. Prime position for another trio of power bombs. 1, 2, 3. And will that lead Red to the 1, 2, 3? It will. Killian Red advancing to the semis. And that has got to feel oh so good for Killian Red. George King handed his first defeat this season in the King of the Ring tournament. He may be European champion. He may have gotten the better of Killian Red a few days ago, but when it mattered most here, it cause and effect. Killian Red, baby, the Louisianimal, taking one step towards becoming the Viking King here in CMV. And that was a beating unlike one we've seen in recent memory. How many powerbombs did Killian Red hit in that match? I tasked someone with going back and counting, because it may be a new record for the man who bleeds red, white, and blue. Another 3 powerbombs. Killian Red is going to the semis to meet Misawa Kage. That should be an interesting matchup. And into our second half of the tournament brackets we go now, guys, as our penultimate first round matchup takes place. Age-old rivals Brett Curtis and Jay Young, 2 NGW alumni, going to clash to see who may take one step closer to fulfilling their destiny here in CMV. Both former NGW Tag Team Champions, both who know that they have what it takes to excel to the top of the mountain here in CMV, and both men who I could see being at that position, but only one here tonight is going to be able to, if you will, grab that brass ring. Of course, let's not forget our final first round match going to take place as Anarchy champion Brian Jacobson will battle Jaquan Shea, and if what they put each other through a few days ago on Supremacy is anything to, tell us what we're to expect tonight, then we are in for a hell of a match between those two. But I expect nothing less from Brett Curtis and Jay Young here. Far from the first time they have battled, but maybe the most important time they have battled. So here we go. The Specialist, the TV Dream collar and elbow tie-up, as Jay Young is going to push Brett Curtis into the corner. This is very different from our first couple of first-round matches where it was kind of just a fight right out of the gate. Cheap shot by Jay Young. I would have expected the opposite, but okay. Curtis going to respond with a butterfly suplex. Deep butterfly suplex, and immediately going to try to wrap this one up. Talked about it only a little while ago. A strategy got to be to win your match as quickly as possible and stay fresh going into the later rounds. Certainly looks like Curtis came ready for a a war. King of the Ring tournament, all about pacing yourself, all about your resolve, your heart. You're not going to make it if you didn't come prepared to leave it all in that ring. Goes for a kick, does Jay Young. Bret Curtis going to turn it into a powerbomb. I think I've seen enough powerbombs tonight to last a lifetime, but I'm sure we're going to get even more between Misawa Kage and Killian Red in the semis. Forearm smash. Ooh, back-to-back, a few of them. It's a bundle, a package deal. And Curtis, powerbomb into, whoa, a Samoan drop. Okay. Bret Curtis and Jay Young, certainly two of the top picks to win the entire King of the Ring tournament here tonight. A stacked lineup. It is indeed. It was hard for me to choose a favorite. I'm not going to say who, because got to remain unbiased here on commentary. But I'm certainly pulling for someone. Jay Young with a forearm smash, putting Bret Curtis on his derriere, cleaning his clock, if you will. Goes for an enziguri. But Curtis says, I'm too quick for you, mate. European uppercut. Backing Jay Young into the corner. Not a place he wants to be. Going to try to get out of it with a gourd buster GTS. Into the pin he goes. Will it be at night-night for the specialist? Not quite yet. Drop kick to the back. Now Jay Young seems to be targeting the back of Bret Curtis. A bit of showmanship. Don't know if this is the time or place. Probably the biggest match in either man's career. Chance to become King of the Ring, had their name written in the annals of CMV history, earn a future World Championship match, finally be a part of that upper echelon. Catchphrase as Jay Young's coming back into the ring, using Bret Curtis' own momentum against him now, and the TV Dream with what looks like a single underhook DDT. Can he secure the bag? 1, 2. Bret Curtis says not so fast. Jay Young's a smart man, though. He knows that he has Curtis hurting. He knows that he is just a few seconds away from advancing to the semifinals. A few seconds away from breaking through that glass ceiling. Something that the King of the Ring tournament has done for its winners in the past. Look at Andrew Briggs a couple of years ago, winning King of the Ring, going out of it, finally become world champion. Ooh, on the outside, Bret Curtis off the shoulder. That could not have felt good, didn't tickle. And Bret Curtis now getting a bit fired up in his attack on Jay Young, throwing him about the ringside area. Count of 5. If this goes to a double count, hypothetically, I believe that neither man would advance, and instead Brian Jacobson and Jaquan Shea would be treated as the semifinal. It would be unfortunate if that happened. Hopefully these two can snap out of it and get back into the ring before it's too late. Already at the count of 8 by our head official here, Johnson. And Bret Curtis realizing what's on the line. Back into the ring, going to break the count. Following Jay Young into the ring, forearm smash. Putting some distance between these two, able to catch the kick. Oh, and right to the back of the head. Not allowing Bret Curtis to get to his feet. Might not have a choice, though. Playing possum. Getting double boots right up under the chin. Bret Curtis is gassed, and that is not a good sign. If he's to become the King of the Ring, man, he's going to have to last a whole lot longer. Great. Modified reverse STO by Jay Young there, and watching as Bret Curtis gets to his feet. Waiting patiently, another single underhook DDT. Will Jay Young punch his ticket to the semis? 1, 2, no! Looking out to the sea of fans, the supporters that he's got on his side. But Jay Young, not letting that kick out deter him. Remaining laser focused, but may have given Bret Curtis just a bit too much time. And now the specialist has got Jay Young against the ropes. Will Brett Curtis head to the semis? No, reversed by Jay Young. And you can see just how well these two know each other. Like the back of their hands. Brett Curtis getting maybe a bit too cocky. Off the ropes. Full steam ahead, busting Jay Young open. Not able to pull off of a Sawakage from earlier. 1, 2, 3, guys, and that's going to do it. Brett Curtis is going to the semifinals. A nasty boot across the face, leaving Jay Young with a nice scar to go home with, as Brett Curtis advances here in the King of the Ring tournament. What a match. You knew it was going to be closely contested with how well these two know each other. And that is exactly what we saw. But it is Brett Curtis who takes just one step forward. Now who's he going to meet in the semis? Our final first round matchup coming up next. Brian Jacobson and Jaquan Shea just a couple of days removed from their epic showdown. Match of the night, no doubt. A possible early match of the year contender. Really, if you didn't see it, I suggest going back and checking it out for the Anarchy Championship. Brian Jacobson, in the end, able to leave still champion. But Jaquan Shea with quite an opportunity to bounce back as they face here in the first round of the King of the Ring tournament. Our final first round matchup until we get into the semis. POV of CMV, I think the odds-on favorite. Most of the CM universe pulling for Jacobson, but could Jaquan Shea pull off a hell of an upset here? It's not been the greatest season for Jaquan Shea. Let's be completely honest. He's had a lot to say. He's talked a lot, but that's just vintage Jaquan Shea. But he hasn't really been able to back it up. It's been a rough road these last couple months for Jaquan Shea, but that could all change right here, right now. One win, one step forward for Jaquan Shea. Will we see the same result from earlier in the week? Anarchy Championship not on the line this time, but the title of King most certainly is. Jaquan Shea getting taken down early with that perfect plex, which Brian Jacobson was very proud of himself. I mean, it was a nice perfect plex, but I don't know if it was so nice that it deserved such a show afterwards. Kick to the midsection by Jacobson. Grabbing the arm. Hammerlock set up. Jaquan Shea says peekaboo. Gets an elbow right up under the jaw. Able to push Jaquan aside. Luthez press. Right hands raining down. Thunder and lightning. Jaquan Shea hoping to get to his feet. Brian Jacobson there to meet him. I mean, neither one of these guys is coming into this match, let's be perfectly clear, at 100% after what they did to each other in that Anarchy Rules match. I mean, gee, I'm surprised Jaquan Shea doesn't have a broken back after Jacobson freaking powerbombed him down onto a ladder. Chair shots to the head. That's what being Anarchy Champion's all about, though. Jacobson said he wants to be the hardcore king of CMV. Handspring moonsault. Classic athleticism from Jaquan Shea. Might be the only advantage he has over Jacobson, to use that speed and agility. Nice DDT. Jacobson finding it hard to keep up with Shea at the moment. Sit out powerbomb. Everybody hitting powerbombs tonight. Perhaps a desperate pin. Doesn't even get a 1 count. From the former two-time Anarchy champion in his own right, cranking at the neck. But Brian Jacobson fighting to his feet. clothesline. Such an eccentric competitor is Bryan Jacobson. After every single move he hits, has to celebrate in some way. Oh, nice counter out of the pump handle setup and into a one-handed bulldog. That's what makes Jaquan Shea so quick. Down onto the knees, the Kiwi crushers. That final kick, we know where it goes, right to the back of the head. Wait a minute. What the hell? What? Huh? Big Show? Big Show hasn't been seen in CMV in over 5 years. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What the hell is Big Show doing here? The last time we saw Big Show was with Zach Payne. And Bryan Jacobson taking advantage. He says, why not? One off the Hero Slam. What am I seeing right now? Big Show, I never thought we'd see him in CMV again. What is this? Why is he out here? Why is he messing with Jaquan Shea? Bryan Jacobson, though, no qualms. Taking advantage. This, trust me, is unexpected. I mean, who possibly could have predicted Big Show coming out here during King of the Ring? What the hell? And why is an even bigger question. But seeing as he distracted Jaquan Shea, I'd have to imagine he's in some sort of alliance with Jacobson here, because he's not trying to mess with Jacobson at all. In fact, he's parked himself in. What the hell is he doing? What is Big Show doing? Now, hang on a minute. This is too far. What is he doing? Getting into the ring as Jaquan Shea hits a suicide dive. The world's largest athlete. He's not going to do it. What is he doing? Putting his hands to Jaquan Shea. That should be a disqualification. What is going on? Jaquan Shea trying to. Wait! Wait a minute! The referee just called for the bell. What? Wait! The referee called for the bell, guys. Jaquan Shea has won via disqualification. I need an Advil. What just happened? What just happened? But you saw Bryan Jacobson. What I don't get is Jacobson was celebrating the result. Side by side with Big Show, when the ref called for the bell and declared Jaquan Shea the winner by DQ, Jacobson was celebrating. I am beyond confused. I don't know what we just saw. Big Show in CMV for the first time in over 5 years. But that's CMV for you in a nutshell. And the show indeed must go on, because into our semifinals we go. As you can see here, Misawa Kage going to take on Killian Red, and Bret Curtis going to take on Jaquan Shea. One of these 4 men will be the 7th ever king in CMV. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Let's hope Zach Payne's not the next one to come running out here. But what is the relationship between Big Show and Bryan Jacobson? I guess only time will tell. But Jacobson essentially just costing himself the King of the Ring tournament. I can't understand that. All right, refocus. Misawa Kage, Killian Red, semifinal matchup. One of these men will be heading to the finals. And both had pretty hard-fought first-round matches. I'd say Misawa Kage more so against Kevin Lee. So we'll see how they hold up against one another. Just looking at these two, I'd have to imagine Kage's got the advantage because he's the smaller man, he's the faster, he's the quicker, he's the more agile. The longer this one goes, the more it will benefit him. But also Killian Red, we saw him come out swinging against George King. He held nothing back. If he does the same thing to Kage here, I don't think this will be a very long semifinal match. And here we go. Referee rings the bell. Kage. Yeah, all right. Kage came out, punched him in the face, and then stood back like, oh, shit, that was a mistake. He came out pumping his chest like, what? Squared up to Killian Red, and then was like, oh, man, I don't know if that was the right move. Beautiful. Probably like a Michinoku driver kind of variation. Off the shoulder, but got Killian Red a pretty close 2 count. There we go, Misawa Kage able to evade the oh my god! The grapple attempt of Killian Red. And look at how he holds out his hands like, yeah, now what? Those chops just freaking obliterated Killian Red. Do more of that, son. Misawa Kage, I think he's got an ace up his sleeve there. Forearm smash again. European uppercut, not able to keep the Louisiana Animal at bay, though. Chopping down the leg, and Misawa Kage, very smart move as he continually goes after Killian Red's knee, trying to chop the Giant down. Load over DDT. Misawa Kage, just a month he's been here in CMV. What a first month it could be if he ends cause and effect. As the king of the ring, from the corner, single high knee to the dome. 1, 2, 3, and Kage! Misawa Kage is going to the finals. Wow, I did not see the match playing out like that. Okay, I see you, Kage. He knew he went through a war with Kevin Lee in the first round, so he knew that he had to end this match as quickly as possible, and that's what he did, exploding out of the corner with that knee to the face, and Killian Red was on Dream Street. Misawa Kage is going to the finals. Who will he meet there? Will it be Brett Curtis, or will it be Jaquan Shea? I'll tell you guys right now, this is not how I saw the King of the Ring tournament playing out. But Misawa Kage pulling the rug out from under all of us. One more match to go. Will Misawa Kage go all the way? Well, here we go, my fine feathered friends. You can see that Misawa Kage has made it to the finals. Now, who will he be meeting there? Our last semifinal matchup, Brett Curtis taking on Jaquan Shea. And this match may be academic, because Brett Curtis had a hell of a first round match against Jay Young, just barely able to squeak out the victory. Meanwhile, Jaquan Shea, I'm not going to say, was able to get to the semis untouched, but he did win via disqualification. The match with Jacobson didn't go on very long after Big Show's interference. But you still have to take into account everything he went through earlier this week on Supremacy during the Anarchy Championship match too. And you also have to take into account what's got to be going through his mind right now after Big Show came out and, cost Brian Jacobson that first round match, but apparently Jacobson was cool with it, the way he was celebrating. Nonetheless, here we go. Brett Curtis, Jaquan Shea. Who's going on? Who's going to meet Kage in the finals? Who could possibly become the next king of the ring here in CMV, baby? Referee rings that bell, and let's get it on. Jaquan Shea maybe trying to take a page out of Misawa Kage's book as he just comes flinging out of the corner. That tilt-a-whirl stunner has Curtis hurt for certain early on, but able to come out of the corner, forearm smash. And again, Catchphrase by the specialist. Hooks the leg. Maybe, just maybe, it'll be enough. I mean, who saw Kage putting down Killian Red in only a couple of minutes? Jaquan Shea right back to his feet. He knows there ain't no time to be laying around in a moment like this. In the corner, Jaquan Shea's got no escape, really at the mercy of Brett Curtis, who walks him to the center of the ring. Pendulum backbreaker knee to the middle of the back, and one's not enough. How about another 2-for-1 special? Brett Curtis, finger on the trigger. No rest for the wicked, but Jaquan Shea primed and ready with an elbow. Pop-up double boots. I think I saw a tooth go flying up into the cheap seats. May have to schedule an appointment with his dentist after tonight. Into the pin, Jaquan Shea. He really got it easy in the first round. Only hanging with Jacobson for a couple of minutes before the interference by Big Show caused a disqualification. Jaquan Shea take the ball and run with it. Or will he fumble the bag? Brett Curtis. He's certainly feeling himself right now for good reason. He's made it to the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. The end is nigh. His chance to finally grab the brass ring, earn a world championship match. After all those attempts to become NGW champion during his tenure on NGW, nice super kick. Count of 4 currently by official Johnson. 5 now. Kick to the knee, overhand punch. This is what Curtis did in his match with Jay Young as well. Took the fight to the outside, and I'm not exactly sure of the strategy because it is very risky. Back into the ring we go. Brett Curtis extends the arm, stomping on the shoulder. Where's he going now? Towards the corner. Up on the top rope. High Rent District, caution to the wind. Will it pay off? It will indeed. What an elbow drop straight out of the textbook. Jaquan Shea, both men going for kicks. Curtis a bit quicker. Off the shoulder. Eating canvas. Hooks the leg now. Brett Curtis to advance to the finals. Will he beat Masao Kage? No. At least not yet. Hands on his head. Look at the grimace on his face. Turning back to Jaquan Shea now with intent. We've seen this before. The 3. Wait, what? What the hell was that? Out of the pile driver setup into a lung blower. 1, 2, 3, and Brett Curtis is going to the finals, baby. Brett Curtis consistently catches me off guard with his offense. I thought he was going for the tombstone, and then he pulls out a freaking lung blower, and that does the deed. The 1, the 2, and the 3. Brett Curtis is going to the finals. We now have it set. Masao Kage, Brett Curtis for the next King of the Ring, baby. He tricked us, he tricked Jaquan Shea, but the trick worked. Well, Jaquan Shea has a lot to worry about concerning a Big Show and Brian Jacobson in the interim, as Brett Curtis, man, you can't help but to be a little bit proud. I've watched this man since the NGW days. Everything he went through, opportunity after opportunity at the NGW Championship, passing him by, slipping through his fingers, and now here he is making it to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. One more match, one more step. Masao Kage standing in his way. Nice shot over the ref's shoulder here. So we have arrived, my friends, to the finals. Masao Kage, Brett Curtis. It has been a very interesting tournament, to say the very least. But We must push on because one of these two men is about to etch their names into the annals of CMV history, become the 7th ever King of the Ring, and earn a future World Championship match. Let's get it. There ain't no time to play around. Masao Kage, Brett Curtis, who is the next king of the motherfucking ring here in CMV. And this doesn't even end the night. We still got the Unified World Tag Team title match to go. We still got that huge main event triple threat tornado tag team match to go. But all eyes are on that cause and effect ring right now. Kage, Curtis, King Kage, King Curtis both have a ring to it. But who is going to have that crown bestowed upon their head? Who is going to become wrestling royalty here in CMV? I'm getting goosebumps a little bit. Woo! Kage making it past Kevin Lee in a hard-hitting match and then putting down Killian Red in only a couple of minutes. Brett Curtis and Jay Young tearing it up in the first round. Brett Curtis just barely squeaking out with a victory and then able to catch Jaquan Shea off guard to make it here. No one can say neither deserves it. But only one can leave with that scepter in hand. So let's go. Masao Kage, Brett Curtis, King of the Ring Finals, and woo! Chop to the chest, right out the gate. No playing around. Irish whip on the rebound. Nice chest bump. Kage with a European uppercut. Forearm smash by Curtis. And again, catchphrase has Kage down. Curtis hooking that leg. 1, 2. Look, these guys don't get paid by the hour, okay? Masao Kage is on the precipice of becoming one of the fastest rising stars in CMV history. 1 month into his career, he debuted last month at Point Break, and he could become king of the ring. Brett Curtis, who has grinded for years here in CMV to make it to a moment like this, to gain an opportunity like this. Scoop slam. Curtis dropping down behind, reverse DDT, slapping the tit on the way down, and here we go. Brett Curtis, man, look at these fans on their feet. They can't help but to be joyous. The specialist, he's going for it. Will it be the tombstone or will it be the lung blower? Lung blower it is. Covers, covers, covers. Referee, come on. 1, 2, 3. Brett Curtis is the king of the ring. Pop some bottles. Let's get the caviar out here. A years-long journey to this moment. You can't help but to feel it. Brett Curtis not giving these fans a show, coming out here working hard and putting Kage down for the count with the quickness to become the king of the ring. With a tear in my eye, Brett Curtis has finally broken the glass ceiling. He has finally grabbed the brass ring, and he has earned himself a future world championship match. But more importantly, he is the king of the ring, baby. Well deserved, if you ask me. What a tournament! All the first round matches were pretty awesome and closely contested. Besides Jacobson and Jaquan Shea, but then in the semis, it's like the clock was running down and everybody was on that Boone juice because Kage beat Red in only a couple of minutes. Curtis beat Shea in a few minutes. And then how long was that finals match? Like maybe 2 minutes tops? I don't know. And Big Show returning, there's too much going on in this head right now. We've still got more to get to, guys. That isn't even the end of the show. But big congrats to Brett Curtis and everybody else in the tournament for bringing their A game. Even Big Show. Even Big Show. But indeed, there is still some to come, my fine feathered friends, here at Cause and Effect. As up next, the Unified World Tag Team titles are going to be on the line. The pairing of Bob Luger and Quantum challenging the Brothers Justice. Let's not forget that colossal main event as earlier at the top of the show. The Triple Threat Tag Team match, I should say. World Tag Team match. Not quite. I just got to get a drink of water real quick because that King of the Ring tournament took it out of me. I'll be right back. All right, let's get it. Bob Luger and Quantum versus the Brothers Justice for the CMV Undisputed World Tag Team titles. And what a journey it has been this past month for Bob Luger and Quantum coming together to battle their common foes in Jared Leon and Bloody Justice, who were tasked by our illustrious general manager of Supremacy, Mr. Slate, with eliminating Quantum once and for all. But Bob Luger would rise from the ashes, or what happened at Point Break, and come to the aid of Quantum. He owed Quantum a favor. And Bob Luger's not the kind of guy to let a fellow superstar get the beatdown courtesy of Mr. Slate. So he came to the rescue, and these last few weeks, save from Bloody Justice getting that upset win over Bob Luger a couple weeks ago, what a win it was, not taking anything away from Bloody Justice, but more often than not, Bob Luger and Quantum have been on the winning end when up against Leon and Justice. And that includes when Luger and Quantum went to the Bloody Forest, courtesy of an invitation by Bloody Justice, and Luger went up in Bloody Justice's own home and beat him up. And we saw that Luger and Quantum can work well together just a few days ago at Supremacy when they knocked off French Pride. This is more than just for the Unified World Tag Team titles. Bob Luger and Quantum would love nothing more than to get one over Mr. Slate finally, after months and months and months of torment and beatdowns. Jared Leon already busted open, not even a minute into this match, and the Future Man pulling no punches. Boot right to the side of the head and dropping like a sack of stone. We thought we weren't going to see Bob Luger maybe ever again after his defeat at the hands of Chris Proudfoot in the main event of Point Break, after months of being beaten down and, these psychological games courtesy of Mr. Slate and Tailcoat Val. But when Quantum needed him, Quantum was the only person to step up and help Bob Luger when he needed a hand. And so Bob Luger returned the favor at the top of the month. And ever since then, he's consistently keeping the Brothers Justice at bay, who have been tasked by Mr. Slate to eliminate Luger and Quantum once and for all. Get them off of Mr. Slate's back. Tag to Bloody Justice. Ooh, body splash. And now a butt splash. Quantum's head caught between Bloody Justice's rear end and the bottom turnbuckle. That did not look like it felt very good. Into the pin goes Justice to retain. But not to be. Not just yet. Cocks back to punch this Quantum, who looks to become a record-setting 5-time tag team champion here tonight. Boom! Sounding of the 7th trumpet. That is old school Quantum. Really can't ask for a better tag team partner. I talked about it earlier this week on Supremacy. Bob Luger, he knows how to pick him. Held the tag team titles 3 times with his brother Paul Devine, 1 time with his ex-gen brother Hayden. Now looking for that gold a 5th time, as Bob Luger would be holding his first tag team championship. The former 2-time Alpha World Champion, 2-time International Champion. This fight to the outside. Indeed, the Brothers Justice had their champion's advantage. Spinning back fist right into a European uppercut, kick to the midsection. Bob Luger watching on, but not too sure if he wants to get involved. We know that this referee is quick on the trigger, disqualifying Brian Jacobson earlier tonight. Doesn't want to tempt fate. Count of 6, though. Stomping on the heel of Quantum, brings him to his feet, looking him dead in the eyes. Of course, Quantum already knows the outcome of this match, but for the rest of us, we have to wait and see. Oh, knocking Jared Leon off the apron, and there, Leon going to take a cheap shot. Well, Justice hangs out in the ring. Leon, not the legal man. Maybe this referee a bit more lenient now. Dropping Quantum face and chest first, down onto the outside, and into the steel steps we go now, gut first. Quantum says, you want to mess around? I'll mess around. I got you. Speaking of tag teams, though, guys, up next in our main event, the big question on everyone's mind, has Jason Spade found himself a tag team partner on only a couple of days' notice, or is he going to go it alone? Andrew Briggs is out of action, courtesy of the Brothers Justice, Mr. Slate, Tailcoat Val, and all their goons. A sounding of the 7th trumpet for Bloody Justice, getting right back up. Eating it like a champ. Trying to crawl over to his brother and make the tag. Goes for a 24th punch. But Justice, I think he's taken enough of those these past few weeks. Instead, looking for the tag. Quantum, though, reversing in the corner. Jared Leon going to tag himself in. Quantum has no qualms. Goes for the 24th punch again. Jared Leon sidesteps it. Bloody Justice got to get out of the ring, lest he be disqualified. Only a 1 count. Jared Leon just staring right at the crotch of Bob Luger, looking for that inspiration. Tries to go for a jumping cutter, deflected though. Leon trying for a choke slam maybe. Quantum saw it coming though. Vertical suplex, keeping him at bay. I think this match is more about just spitting in the face of Mr. Slate for Bob Luger, and maybe even Quantum, than the tag team titles themselves. But you gotta respect Bob Luger coming to the aid of Quantum when he needed him most. Bob Luger could have easily, kicked back at home and said, I'm injured, I'm resting up. Quantum can deal with his own stuff, but no. Bob Luger knew that Quantum was the only one out of that entire locker room to step up and help Bob Luger when he needed it. So Luger is returning the favor here tonight from the top rope. Bloody Justice with a headbutt. Right to the pec. And hooks the leg. Will that be enough to retain the Brothers Justice here at Cause and Effect? No. Close but no cigar. And Quantum trying to throw out a mighty kick. Gets a single knee gutbuster instead. Counters the Irish whip. Into the corner. Quantum slowly approaches. Took too much time perhaps, and Justice now the one on top, but didn't see that elbow coming. Luthez press, baby. And those rights coming down. No protection for Bloody Justice. Center of the ring, shoots the half, hooks the leg to become the new undisputed World Tag Team Champions, but Justice, defiant, is straight back up to his feet, launched into the corner. Kick to the gut, caught by BJ, turns her around with that discus clothesline. And now Justice wants to tag. I'll say this much. Great teamwork so far by the champions. Frequent tags. Here comes Bob Luger as well. And the work ethic Titan throwing out a clothesline. Oh! Talk about a punch. Jared Leon, man. Rearranging Luger's jaw. So now he grabs him by that beach blonde hair. Crack back from Luger. And taken to Suplex City. Can he complete the trifecta? There's one and there's two. Will there be a third? Indeed, there ain't no stopping the train. Cardio Maniac. Trying to tussle with Jared Leon. Standing face to face. Kick to the gut and a bicycle clothesline. Not something you'll see too often. Quantum still collecting himself at ringside as Luger gets backed into the corner. Able to continually fight Jared Leon back, and now face first off the top turnbuckle, tag back to Quantum, and some teamwork here between the challengers. Clothesline Russian leg sweep combination. You'll love to see it. The tag team aficionado, the Future Man with a Hadouken to the heart. 1, 2. But where did Luger go? He was chilling at ringside, talking to me, I guess, wanting to sip of my Mountain Dew. Not going to let him cheat on his diet, though. Only if he wins, you can celebrate. Oh, man, and Jared Leon. We've seen this before, but Quantum was ready for it. He was ready for it after last time. Gouging the eye. And the future shock DDT. 1, 2, 3. 2.999999999. You thought we had new tag team champions right there. Tag back to Luger. Leon desperately makes a leap of faith. Tag to Bloody Justice. Justice is going to barrel over Luger. Maybe one of the biggest wins of Bloody Justice's career a couple weeks ago on Supremacy when he defeated Luger clean one-on-one in the main event. A history of upset victories from Bloody Justice. Oh, Luger doing the splits for a second there. But can Bloody Justice capitalize on that momentum? Using the ring as a momentary tag team partner since Jared Leon is incapacitated at ringside. Justice losing himself. Hovering over Bob Luger, thinking of his next move, something sinister surely in mind. Took too much time, though. Can't be playing around with someone like the work ethic Titan. Going for that rolling armbar. Rolling armbar by Luger. He hasn't pulled that out in a while, but hyperextending the arm. Will Bloody Justice be forced to tap? There's nowhere to go. We're going to have new tag team champions, but here comes Jared Leon to the rescue. Perhaps the last second Justice could hold on. His brother-in-law keeps this match going. However, you gotta wonder the condition of the arm. Trapped in that armbar for quite a while. Probably hanging on by a thread right now. Punch to the gut, elbow to the back of the head. And now it's Justice's turn to go to Suplex City. Taking a good look at his partner, nothing he can do. Say hi. There's the third. Brothers Justice looking to be in a bad way right now. Look at that. Bob Luger wants Jared Leon, allowing Bloody Justice to make the tag. Trying to go for a swinging neck breaker. Flying headbutt by Jared Leon does not have the intended effect. Going after that arm again. Snapping it over the knee. Luger is done messing around. You know how many times the Brothers Justice, Mr. Slate, Brad Miller, Tailcoat Val, Subject Zero have tried to end his career this season? If he has to break Jared Leon's arm, then so be it. And who can blame him? Bloody Justice still down. Bob Luger eyes to finish this match off, throwing it back to the outside though. Don't know the plan here other than to show off those muscles, brother. Look at those 18-inch pythons. Bob Luger, I've said it once, I'll say it again, in the shape of his career. Oh, chest first off the apron. Trying to inflict some environmental damage. Leon goes low. Luger's ready for him. DDT, and I think I heard the splat from over here. The crack of Leon's skull. Arm wrench has Leon flailing about. Count of 6 into the steel post now. Luger's got to be careful. He's wading in dangerous waters right now. Luger and Quantum cannot win the titles via countout, but the Brothers Justice can retain via that method. I'm not sure what Luger is doing here, but remember what I said. I think the titles are almost secondary for Luger and Quantum. They just want to hurt Mr. Slate. Count of 11, Bob Luger sidesteps the crossbody. 12 count. Have until 20 to get back into the ring. What are you doing, Luger? The titles really not mean anything. Irish whip into the knees of Bloody Justice, using his own tag team partner as a weapon. Fair enough, but only a few seconds left to get in the ring. 17, and now we're gonna have a dozy-do. 18, guys, but Luger doesn't care. He's not trying to break up the count. Oh my God, count of 19. Woo! Count of 19, guys. Talk about a close call. Talk about a close call. Both guys back in the ring, and Luger, hang on a minute. Divert your eyes back to the ring. Luger looking for a Luger landing, but Jared Leon prepared for it. A wheel kick by the Cardio Maniac. Throwing it off to the fans, and he's got their support. Luger saying, come on, Leon. Is that all you got? I came ready for a fight, boy. Oh, and here we go. Paying homage to the Timster. Cody Island Cyclone, baby. Do we have new champions? 1, 2, no. Bloody Justice, a bit worried, got into the ring, but Leon able to survive on his own. Irish whip to the apron, hanging on for dear life. Big old punch trying to bring this fight back to the outside, but Luger saying, I think I've had enough of that. Grabs the arm. Dropping Leon on his backside. Not for a second letting go of that arm. He wants to hear it from these fans. Continuing to yell at Jared Leon, saying, get up! Your time has come. Bob Luger on the hunt. Luger landing. New champions in store. 1, 2, 3. Bob Luger and Quantum are the new undisputed World Tag Team Champions, baby. Bloody Justice getting to the ring just a little bit too late. And I think he may have hesitated a bit by the look of it. But Bob Luger and Quantum, the new undisputed World Tag Team Champions. Quantum making history now as a 5-time Tag Team Champion. That 19 count was too close of a call. I'm literally sweating over here. But man, oh man, Mr. Slate, I can just picture it right now in his office. He's got to be fuming. He's probably throwing papers around. This is exactly the opposite of what he would have liked to go down here tonight at Cause and Effect. Bob Luger and Quantum, the new Tag Team Champions. Let's get it. And sharing a celebratory hug. Two men coming together to face a common enemy. And what do you think is the better feeling? Holding those tag team titles or just knowing that Mr. Slate is backstage somewhere, probably crying? We still have our main event to come. The massive, colossal, triple threat tornado tag team match. Undisputed champion Chris Proudfoot and Joey Diaz of the God's Chosen, Shay Hoxton, and Subject Zero of the alliance between Mr. Slate and Tailcoat Val. And of course, Jason Spade. The big question heading in tonight was, could he find himself a new tag team partner with only a couple of days to go after Andrew Briggs was brutally taken out by Shay Hoxton and his minions on Supremacy? And Jason Spade, he dug down deep, resourceful as he is, and he found himself a tag team partner. And that tag team partner, none other than the returning Sarasi. You can see it for yourself. The first time in over 2 years, almost 3 years, the former Fusion Tag Team Champion. And if you know anything about Jason Spade, then you know about Sarasi. The history between these two men, Jason Spade and Sarasi, here for the main event of Cause and Effect. And I can only imagine what the reactions of Shay Hoxton and Chris Proudfoot were when they heard that Sarasi had walked into the arena here tonight. Sarasi coming to back up one of his biggest rivals, and apparently now his boy, Jason Spade and Sarasi. Let's get it. You can't ask for a much bigger replacement for Andrew Briggs. Jason Spade had a couple of days to think to himself, what am I going to do? Am I going to go it alone? Can I find somebody? He was flipping through that address book, and then he thought, come on. Gotta be kidding me. Match. Son of a bitch. Guys, can you hear me? I'm not even restarting the stream. I just rebooted the game. Of course. Of course. It had to crash in the main event. I'm a bit worried if it will even let me play this match, though. I mean, we've done triple threat tornado tags before, so it should work. I'm just hoping that maybe that was a classic crash. But, you know, we'll try again. We'll remain resilient in the face of this AIDS game. One stream we can't have without it crashing at least once, but what are you going to do? That's the struggle, and it is real. Hopefully you can hear me, because I know that the stream paused. Can you guys hear me? Just making sure that I'm still... I know I can see that I'm live, but I want to make sure that the audio is still coming through good. Yeah, the game couldn't comprehend that Sarasi's back. It had to refresh. It had to take a minute. Understandable. I mean, when I saw Sarasi walk through the arena doors earlier tonight, I kind of took a step back. I spit my own oatmeal for once. I'm going to love that the game reset the matches, too. I'm going to love that. I'm going to love it. Because that's definitely what happened. Yep. Wait, is it... What? Okay, apparently it's the first match now, but I'll take it. They don't have their attires, though. They don't have their attires. I can't... I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Proudfoot and Spade, but I'm not stopping the stream and resetting the whole match just for those attires. The thumbnail from before is going to have to suffice, because, okay, apparently it's booked twice. Maybe they have their attires in this one? Do they? Or they're invisible. Oh, okay, they have their attires in this one. All right. Okay. I'm not even going to question it. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to question it. Let's just accept it as it is. Let's take it. Let's take the wins that we can. Very weird that it booked the exact same match, though. But nonetheless, we resume, and hopefully it doesn't crash again. And we can cap off what has been an exciting night of action here at Cause and Effect with this great main event. But yes, Chris Proudfoot, the undisputed world heavyweight champion, and Joey Diaz of God's Chosen international champion, still Shay Hoxton and Subject Zero, and Sarasi and Jason Spade, guys, a prelude of what's to come next month. It has now been made official. Perhaps one of the biggest matches, not only CMV history, but wrestling history, period. At DEF CON, it will be Chris Proudfoot, it will be Shay Hoxton, it will be Jason Spade for the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship and for the NGCW Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship triple threat. These three men whose careers have been intertwined for the last few years, since the start of their careers in wrestling, they've bumped into each other again and again and again, and it will climax, and again, perhaps one of the biggest matches of all time at DEF CON next month. But right now, they're eager to get their hands on each other. They've got their respective allies. Let's hope it goes down for real. I'm kind of a bit suspicious about how long it's taking to load. I'm watching that circle in the corner. I'm watching it very closely. Thank the Lord. Papa bless to the Twitch gods and to the 2K gods. So here we go. Triple threat tornado tag team rules, guys. It's not elimination. It is first fall to a finish. First pin or submission in the ring. Countouts are not in effect. Disqualifications are, though. And as you can see, all 6 men active at the same time. I still can't believe what I'm seeing. Sarasi, guys. The last time we saw him was post Ascendance 4. I think it was actually Battle Scars, which was the pay-per-view after. Actually, I'm wrong. He was at Ascendance. I'm thinking about when he was originally in CMV. I'm completely forgetting about his match with Tyson Cage only 6 months ago at Ascendance 8. I'm completely thinking about his first run in CMV. But yes, Sarasi did make an appearance at Ascendance 8 this year against Tyson Cage, the match that he won. But I'm totally thinking about when he was before that in CMV. How dare I? How dare I forget that Sarasi appeared in Ascendance? That is all, that's a big L. And I'm going to have to apologize to Sarasi. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to disrespect him. Please, please, please don't punch me. There you can see just a mangle of bodies, a war, because that's what has been going on Supremacy since really the start of the season, but it's only amped up ever since Shay Hoxton came out with the NGCW Championship and challenged Chris Proudfoot for his undisputed CMV World Heavyweight Championship. Then, of course, the following week, Jason Spade would rear his, not so very handsome, would rear his head and say he's the real last NGCW champion, and he wants to challenge Proudfoot for the Undisputed Championship. So now here we are, Shay Hoxton, not a whole lot of people are big fans of this man, and for good reason. He's dirty in the ring, he's arrogant, he's egotistical, he's an asshole, you could say. But he said something that really made me think earlier this week. When talking about Jason Spade, he said, Jason Spade, every single time something has happened to me between us, I've tried to move on. When we started wrestling together as a tag team, you turned on me. You broke my leg, but I moved on. And then when I finally made it to the mountaintop in NGCW, I became champion. The company closed, and when it reopened, you became world champion. You took that title from me. But then I said, you know what? I never got a shot, but I'll move on. I come to CMV. I worked my ass off for years to finally make it to the point where I can challenge for the world title. And here comes Jason Spade to stick his nose in it and to challenge for the title himself. And Shay Hoxton said he is done moving on, and that at DEF CON, he will prove that he has always been the better man. But here tonight, it's all about getting the fight out, because there's been some real pent-up frustrations. Animosity like I've never seen before. And here comes Jason Spade on Hoxton. He's got that modified crossface on the international champion. I can't see if he's even tapping or not. Chris Proudfoot and Sarasi battling in front of him. But it seems I didn't hear the bell, so it seems as though he was able to escape. You just got to think about Chris Proudfoot in the middle of all this. Here he is, the undisputed champion. Joey Diaz going for a pin on Hoxton, but there's Subject Zero, Tailcoat Val's #1 pet. I don't know if a lot of people have really taken the time to think about Chris Proudfoot in the middle of all this. Here he is, his undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, and out of the woodwork comes Shay Hoxton with the NGCW title, a title that always managed to elude Chris Proudfoot. He couldn't help but to accept the challenge. And then here comes Jason Spade, maybe his biggest rival of all time, saying that he's the real NGCW champion, and if Proudfoot really wants to win the title, then he'll fight him for the championship. And Proudfoot's really just stuck in the middle of this fire that is continually being stoked between Spade and Hoxton. We saw them get into it a few weeks ago during that Try interview, going through the glass table while Proudfoot just sat back, because he really is like the middleman between this war between Hoxton and Spade. He's also the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion for a reason. And at DEF CON, in the biggest match of all time, he has the chance to finally stand above Hoxton and Spade, brush them aside, and carve his own path without them being mentioned around him. Sarasi going after Hoxton, but did not see Subject Zero come barreling towards him with that Super Kick. Zero, interestingly, allowing Proudfoot to make the pin. I guess he knew that wouldn't be enough. Meanwhile, Jason Spade flying out of the ring to take out Joey Diaz. But the action is too fast to call here in our neighborhood. This is craziness, but keep your eyes on Hoxton. Hoxton with the 21. 21 by Hoxton. Double pin. 1, 2, 1. But there's Diaz kicking out the bridge. I thought he was going to count both pins at once, but apparently he was counting Subject Zeros first. Jason Spade with a very old school look, ditching the face paint. This may be the first time ever in CMV that he has not worn his traditional face paint. This is a very old school look for Jason Spade, kind of fitting, if you will. Headbutt by Hoxton. Did not see that super kick coming from behind. Jason Spade, no choice but the retreat for the time being, as does Joey Diaz. The ring being cleared slowly but surely. I still can't believe Sarasi came to the call of Jason Spade. That is something. All the wars that Spade and Sarasi have been through almost pale in comparison to the wars that Hoxton and Spade have been through. Bridge pin here by Joey Diaz after the German suplex. Super kick to the back, but he doesn't seem to have affected Joey Diaz all that much. And here comes Jason Spade to maybe chop Hoxton down one more time. Nowhere near connected with that. As Chris Proudfoot just hit the side effect on Spade. Middle of the Diaz trying to play defense, cutting off Hoxton, and that might be enough. No. But Diaz with the GTS. Down goes the gambling man. 1, 2. No. Jason Spade almost hating Hoxton so much that he was going to let the pin happen, which would have costed him the win in the end. Of course, there's nothing on the line here other than the hatred these three men share between each other and their respective allies. Another bridge pin by Joey Diaz. It's all on the line next month at DEF CON. Trio of super kicks busting Proudfoot wide open. Hoxton is just handing out super kicks in this match like candy on Halloween. Straight jacket German suplex versus Goliath scenario here as Spade launches Subject Zero into the corner. Hoxton now has Sarasi pile driver. Oh man, oh man. Thanks for coming, Sarasi. Nice seeing you. See you again in another 8 months, maybe. Now it's Chris Proudfoot. Whoa! God's arrow off the catapult. The fan chanting, this is awesome. Everybody else is distracted. 1, 2, but no. Sarasi taking it down. He doesn't want to let Jason Spade or these fans down. Where is Zero going? The 300-pounder just squashing Sarasi like a bug. Oh my lord. Jason Spade, meanwhile, still recovering at ringside. With the pace of this matchup and how fast it's been, a mile a minute. Spade got to get back into the ring. Joey Diaz trying to take out Shea Hoxton while Subject Zero is trying to take out Sarasi. Looks like a yes for the international champion. Sarasi able to counter Zero, but Diaz has Hoxton down. Hooks the leg. Sarasi trying to break it up. Zero cuts him off though, incidentally, but still not enough. Here comes Spade back in the ring, only to be immediately targeted by the brick wall. Who's missing in this scenario? Proudfoot, where is he? Where the hell did Proudfoot go? He must be hiding under the apron, trying to catch his breath. I have no idea where he is. Letting Joey Diaz do the hard work. Oh, Sarasi to try to steal the pin. Very well it may, but there's Proudfoot rejoining the fight. Irish whip into the corner. Proudfoot trying to decide whether he wants Sarasi here. Jason Spade running around the ring, trying to throw out a drop kick on Proudfoot. Could be big trouble for Sarasi, and the same can be said for Jason Spade. Side effect by Proudfoot. Sarasi though, pin, saving his partner. Oh, but God's arrow! There may be no savior from that. 1, 2. Spade, man. These three guys do not want to lose to each other. Refuse to stay down. I mean, let's be completely honest. Proudfoot, Spade, Hoxton, they all have egos at this point. It's really tough to choose between the three of them because all three of them make good points, and then all three of them also Spade with a pick. Spade! Spade got the win! Jason Spade and Sarasi. I didn't even see what... He pinned Joey Diaz, I believe. I didn't see what he pinned him off of, though. What was Subject Zero doing? Subject Zero was just standing there. I guess he was lost in Sarasi's eyes. That's what Sarasi brought to the table here. Those gorgeous eyes of his that Subject Zero just couldn't stand but to get lost in. But Jason Spade, seeing a prone Joey Diaz, took his shot, and Spade and Sarasi victorious here at Cause and Effect. And that's got to feel real good for Spade. Of course, we're not going to get a replay because it actually happened, but look at this. Sarasi, of all people, coming to the call of Jason Spade with only a couple of days to find a partner. And here they stand victorious side by side. Something that a whole lot of people, including myself, maybe never thought they would see. And although this is a great sight, and 1 month is where it truly all goes down, the biggest match maybe in wrestling history, certainly CMV history, Chris Proudfoot, Shay Hoxton, Jason Spade for the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship and for the NGCW Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. It will be decided once and for all who is the better man. Apparently we have Brian Jacobson versus Andrew Briggs as a main event, but that's not actually happening. But thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and watching along with me. I hope that you enjoyed the show while the King of the Ring tournament. Congratulations again to Brett Curtis. Years and years of hard work finally paying off. And the return of Big Show after over 5 years is certainly going to be something to keep your eye on. What is the relationship between him and Brian Jacobson? Only time will tell. But for now, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your Sunday. And I will see you, I'm not sure when, I'll let you know. Probably either Wednesday or Thursday for the Fallout. But definitely going to be exciting. The next episode of Crossfire and Supremacy is going to be in Vegas. So we're going to be returning to the roulette wheel. I haven't done one of those in a couple of years. So both Crossfire and Supremacy going to be subject to the wheel. So look forward to that. Until then, I'll see you when I see you. Bye.